having a drink. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 6, Episode 9 of the Plastic Crack Podcast. We're looking at the survey results tonight. It's going to be fun. Does everyone have a drink? Ken's got some, what was it, Danish lemonade?
Yeah. I can't even pronounce it. That stuff. If you're from Denmark, you know what that is.
That just reminded me. Did anyone back in the sort of 90s used to drink Fax Lager from Denmark? It was a litre of beer in a tin.
Yeah, it was. I was Steve. At the end of the 90s, I was 16, so I was only I only drank what my parents what I could.
I was 9, Steve.
No, I don't know where they sell it anymore.
I did.
It was a massive, great, big, fat tin, and it was a litre of beer in a can.
Bloody hell! I used to. My dad used to do homebrew in 2-litre. Like Coke bottles, like he would save them all up and he would do all his own homebrew beer, like ales and beer kits. I remember them all just lined up in the airing cupboard, fermenting. And then, I don't think I've ever told you this. You have your friends round, obviously, you know, the airing cupboard was next to my bedroom, so we're there playing Tekken or whatever it was, and snuck out. I didn't know what fermenting was, so I just took the stopper out and took a swig out of this thing that was still fermenting.
Yeah,
it was violent.
At university, we used to we had a brewing club in halls, and which basically was about 5 of us who bought some homebrew crap from somewhere, and somebody pretended to know what they were doing with it. And then each Wednesday afternoon, we'd uncrack that whatever had come to fruition, and then we weren't allowed out till we'd drunk it all. And it was one of those massive, great, you know. And some weeks, geez, God, it was horrible.
Gotta love the moonshine. And then if you're especially feeling adventurous, boomshine, which is even better.
I'm on class tonight.
Oh, how does it taste?
It's actually really nice. This is the IPA. It's really nice.
Yeah. Right.
For Christmas. Very nice.
Apparently,
there we go.
Buy it.
Oh,
check it out.
I got bought that for my birthday last year.
2019.
I've not seen it for years.
Where did you buy it? I've not seen it. That's amazing. That's brilliant.
It comes in ridiculous cans, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. Let's get started. Anyway,
welcome to the Brew Show.
Thank you very much for choosing to spend your Monday night with us. We're sponsored by the guys over at Boards and Swords. Go over there, put PCP5 into the discount thing when you're checking out, and you'll get 5% off on all the stuff you're going to buy off the back of the survey tonight, which is going to be interesting. We'll roll through the results now in a little while. We've been joined by Ken, who's found his way back to his keyboard after 2 weeks. Of course, thank you if you are watching on the catch up, and I'll do my best imitation of Steve here. Remember to like, subscribe, and click and follow us on all of our channels and socials. You can find us down there. It doesn't matter to us if you like or dislike. It drives the algorithm, guys. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, no, we do. If you like it, like it. So anyway, how is everyone? Beer aside,
good.
Yeah.
I mean, the sun's out. It's been beautiful weather up until today. Anyway, really lovely, really good. All good.
I had the windows open today.
Bloody hell! And you said summer was over last week.
No, absolutely lovely today. Really nice weather. Balcony windows open, blue skies. Dogs barking, children screaming. Yeah, great.
Fire engines going, police sirens,
motorbikes, you name it. All the wonderful sounds of the
summer. Well, let's see if that's the case. I'm going to do a real quick whip through who is here. So Old School is here. Reminder to US folks that UK has not changed time yet. There'll be 3 weeks of shows that will seem 1 hour later than usual.
Oh yeah, of course it does change.
Digger Down Under, Paul's here. He's doing Trench Crusade stuff. Grant's here. Sweet. Shaco. Evening all. Quick checking in to keep up the continuous viewing from Prague. Was intended to be home, but German airports are on strike. No one gave you leave. You're AWOL, sir.
Yes.
HR sorted.
Is he in Prague at the minute? Have we had Czech Republic on it?
Oh, I don't know. We have actually.
No, I don't know.
Does that count?
Yeah,
Can we put that
that's a
one on
good-
that?
that's a good-
Good.
Quick, James,
that's a good
nip over
question.
to some other ones. Can you go to like Andorra? I don't think we've had
Yeah.
anyone from Andorra. Luxembourg would be good. Vatican, just nip
Vatican
over.
City can do that. Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Excellent. Who else we got? We have Martin Hoey, Jonathan Ward, Graham Travers, Ed James, Julian Dale, Carl Burks, Neil Oldham, Pat Neal, Trey Janik. How you doing, dudes? Preparing bases for the Irish for CrackCon 5.5. I'm looking forward to that. My stuff's ready. I'm not playing his game. I'm playing Rocket against Paul. But
Sorry,
yeah,
excuse
I'm
me.
looking forward to that. Graham's here. Hello,
Ooh.
Graham. How you doing, dude? Frank's Miniatures, good evening from the Netherlands. Fantastic New Sphere. Sam Ferguson, how you doing? Mark Riding, Mobile and Hostile. Steve Harbour's here, 24mm Bavarian, 24mm Bavarians.
84 mil.
That wasn't on the list.
Yeah, you didn't put that scale on.
I didn't put that one on there.
Cancel it.
Two-
Start again.
2mm Ward Roses. Well, I know. Marky Sparky, how you doing? Cardboard Fortress, Dutch Army Painter, Trevor Hodgkins. I'm whipping through these as quick as I can. David Benson, Little Legions, Robin's here. Oh, apparently we're allowed to start now. Mini Agnostic, Joseph Huderek, Crown of Command Games, Ewok Kebab. Andrew Pennington, how are you doing? Sat making grass tufts in a nippy Halifax. Excellent. Jack Todd, Graham Travers, I think I said hi already, but you get a second one. Nick Games, Louis Baby, Double Dip. Where else are we? I think we're there. Oh, Paul Hicks is here. Hello, Paul. How are you
Hey.
doing? Oh, I didn't put any rocket questions in.
Oh, you let us all down.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I know. And Vitor Soros, hello from Portugal.
Very
From
nice.
Portugal, Azorian
Well-
Islands. Drinking red wine and
That
making
sounds
dinner.
nice.
That does sound very
Perfect.
nice.
That sounds nice.
And Ben's just dropped in from Tennessee. How are you doing?
How do?
I hope everybody is well. Oh, and is Dry in Derry.
Dry in
Sagas
Derry.
of History.
Thank goodness
What
for
a
that.
great name. Right then. So what we're going to do tonight, we are going to go through the survey. Before we do that, we're just going to check in with everyone because Ken has pictures. I've seen them. We're going to go through. Look, I came prepared. So I'll explain a little bit about what we're going to do. We'll break for news as normal, and then we'll finish up. I don't really know if there's going to be any questions. If it's probably just going to be people arguing. So we'll see how it goes. Let's start with Ken because he's actually.
It's always fucking me, isn't it?
All right. Okay. We'll start with Steve.
Yeah, bugger you then.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not going to demonetize the channel. Right, the stream. Right. I've actually been doing stuff, but I've not uploaded them.
Hey, well done.
I've actually forgotten to upload them.
All right. Dom, what have you been doing? Jesus.
Going well so
Christ.
far, Martin. Well done.
Oh, I know.
I mean, who let the hoodlums in? Well, I showed some of these on FaceBuzz, but I finally got into doing some on my epic
Oh yes.
Romans. God, they're
And
tedious, aren't they?
How I would have found him. I would have found it more tedious doing them all in red the way you have. So I did them different colours to make things go
Well,
quicker.
that's why if you notice, they're in different tones of red because to try and break it up, just to give me a little bit. Plus, I thought
Were you going insane, Don?
I blinking am, mate. I mean, yeah.
What? And that's only one. Because if you're playing using their army composition, that's those three. For every unit of Hastati, you've got to have one trio. You have to have all three, don't you? You can't field them individually. So when you paint them, there's no point in just going, "Oh, I'm going to paint the odd unit of Hastati." You can't. Well, unless you're going to ignore the army composition, which obviously you can do.
You can do. So, well, I've got another sprue of them primed and sort of I just got to have the insanity enough to actually get on with them. So then there'll be another one. And that's without even tapping into the big box of them behind me. So, yeah, I don't know why. Just really found them tedious to do. Really tedious. So I had a little bit of, kind of a wash down and did something more sensible and then did some elephants. Because
why not?
Oh, you got the extra heads as well.
The alternative heads, I did.
I haven't used
just
them
break
yet,
it up.
what it is. Yeah, and he's crushing the Hastati, which is
He's crashing Hastati. Although the Hastati's got a crested helmet on. But anyway, never mind. But yeah, that was good fun. I did enjoy doing those. See, that was fun. That's epic fun, or as opposed to that's
I like that.
Well, yeah, it was fun. I did those, and then I continued with the Ottoman Frenzy. Now, I just this unit I'm so pleased with. Just look at the colour.
Blimey.
I mean, admittedly, it's all the pendants that make it colourful, but you know. So that's another load of Ottoman Sci-Fi, or whatever they're called. Heavy cavalry with lances. And
that's a lot of flags.
I was going to say.
Yeah, pennant. I mean, those kind of unit pennants on those always look cool.
Yeah, I was going to say that you can't. The more, the better, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a bit old. They're old school figures. Those are Essex miniatures, so you don't see Essex as much as you used to. But they were nice to do. Actually, I quite enjoyed doing them. So lots of colour, lots of armour, lots of all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
nice.
What I've been up to.
All right. Okay.
Now.
See if you now managed to.
Yes.
No, you could go last.
I remember. Yeah, I've actually been doing stuff.
Yay!
I had Friday off.
Not shooting people in the groin again.
No. I've well, yes, but that's besides the point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, video games. Oh yeah, no, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I will.
Yeah, no. So a bit of an eclectic mix this week. So I started these last week on last week's stream. These are three. I think that they're either ogres or trolls. I think they're ogres from Kings of War by Mantic.
Cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like those.
They are nice.
And I mean, they're going to be used for my Viking fantasy army for Midgard, but I'm also going to use them in all different games as well.
Yeah, why not?
Matt very kindly gave them to me at CrackCon last year, and I remember they were in the stash, and I fancied doing something a bit different, so I painted those.
Nice one. They're cool. Very nice.
Just across from a grassy knoll. So then it was back to bolt action. Now these have been sat on my desk for weeks because I've gone back to hating painting flesh again. So I just put these off, but I finished them on Friday, and there we go.
Hey, nice. Oh, there we go.
Oh, very good.
So that's a squad of Spar. I'm probably going to butcher this. It's called the Spar Truppen. It's a new entry in the Armies of Germany book. They're essentially scouts, and they can infiltrate. If you keep them as 4 men, they can infiltrate. So they're all kit bashed. They're all made up from about 3 or 4 different plastic German kits.
Oh, they're really nice.
I like them.
And yeah, I just thought that it's been a while. I can't believe it's been that long since I painted German field grey. It's been years. I was kind of nervous about painting again, but no. Tonight I am kit bashing the next 4 for a grenadier, a hair grenadier section for this third edition project. But I've also started on my 10mm stuff.
Oh dear.
So my 10mm undead army arrived on Saturday, and I started painting it straight away. So there we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice, mate.
Is the flag design molded? Is that on
yes, it's on there, yeah.
That's very cool.
And do you know what? It barely took any time off. The chap with the wings took about an hour to paint.
That's awesome.
And for 10mm, they're just full of detail. Just look at the detail on them. Just
they have separate feet.
Yes, they have separate feet, thankfully. Otherwise, I'd be swearing like a docker.
I love the fact that the spears and the shields make it look almost like a palisade. I love it. Brilliant.
They're just really good. For 10mm, they're brilliant. But yeah.
Robin says, I hate painting flesh, paint skeletons instead. Genius.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I was actually chatting with Richard on Instagram from Rock Minis, asking me about what color I use for the skeletons. It's actually stone grey is the base. Because I didn't want them to look so bright against that blue. But at the moment, I'm currently painting more of them. I've got 4 strips of zombies to paint. I just love painting that 10mm stuff. It is so nice.
That's Oh, it looks awesome. Andrew's just said, "Do I still have those 10mm mold and Anglo-Saxons?" Yes, they're all just here in a tiny little drawer. They all live in here. Look, well, there's multiple little drawers like that, but look, they're all in there. Stats storage for you. So yeah, they're all in there. I've got them. I do intend one day to finish that. That was I'm going to do this project while I move, and because it had been so long since I'd moved house, I've forgotten what moving house is like. So the idea of getting any kind of project that was done, just never happened. Go on then, Ken.
So I did promise when I was finished my Middle Earth fellowship that I would show them off, and I have been wanting.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So I've been wanting
cool.
to do finish this and put it on this base since I was probably about 10 years old, and I've finally done it. So yeah, I finished it all. Painted them all. They're all varnished. You'll be all pleased to hear.
Good man. Excellent.
Yeah.
I know what answer you clicked on that question. Then.
I'm super proud of Gandalf. Just love the way I've repainted him to what he was originally. So I just painted over the top of him. Yeah. They're
really nice.
It's done Boromir. Showing you the back of Boromir's shield. I was really proud of doing his shield, to be fair. That red was a right pain in the ass. But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy. They all look good. They're all based. Excuse the brown bases on the stone floor.
Well, I was going to say it doesn't bother me, but somewhere someone watching this is being triggered by the grass and they're
yeah. Please do excuse that. All my Middle Earth stuff is based like that, whether it's good, evil, whatever it is.
Just go with it. I think that's really cool. How much of a pain in the ass was painting the lettering?
Oh, it wasn't because I used the pens.
Oh, is that the yellow AK pen?
That's the yellow AK.
That yellow AK pen is the best one in there. That's the best.
There's two coats of yellow over grey. That is.
Yeah.
So yes, it wasn't. It was absolutely joyous, to be fair, and it was very quick. So yeah, awesome. I was rather happy with that, to be fair.
Everyone's been productive. I mean, Dom hasn't by his normal standards, but
God, no.
I had a busy week, mate. Go on, what you been up to?
What I have been up to. So I have finished another regiment for my Great Northern War. So I finished these guys. This is the Vyborgsky Russian regiment. That was originally raised in Novgorod by volunteers and conscripts, and then they were like given some extra equipment, and then they changed their name. I just wanted to do a different color uniform, basically, because I've done 3 units already in the green, the sort of the stereotypical green that I think people think of. But the Russians got a proper kaleidoscope of uniform colors. And I found one random reference that said that at some point they had 3 dark red colors. So I was like, yep, right, that's going in. So I gave them 3 red flags plus that one. So they were good. They were good fun to do. So I've got I was pleased with how it is. So these are all those Battle Cat miniatures, the ones that are currently the Kickstarter's going for the Swedes at 26 quid or whatever it was for the lot, which is just insane. So I got those, but yeah, these were
well, you were to blame for at least one other person in the Facebook community buying into that and then going, no, what do I do with them?
Yeah, just have fun. So this, I think I'm over halfway to completing, because I'm going to use it for Beneath the Lily Banners. I want to give that a go. And there's sort of a starter army suggested thing that, weirdly, the point system in Beneath the Lily Banners is very similar to the way that I've done points for things like Hail Caesar, where it's just half 1 or 1.5. It's quite loose. So all I've got to do to kind of flesh out a sort of a decent start size army is do a pair of cannons, because the Russians get more cannons because they're Russian. And 2 squadrons of cavalry, and that's it. Awesome. And I'll have enough for a game. So I'm looking forward to giving it a go. So I've done those. And then I thought, so on Friday night, I decided to print a building. And then on Saturday, I painted it. And then yesterday, I took the photo. So I just did a windmill because I wanted one.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
Which I can't remember the name of the, who's this? Vesna Miniatures, I think this is from. So it's an STL. I mean, this is where the printers shine through. I mean, that's only 2 pieces, the roof and the body. I mean, my my print plate was basically its maximum extension doing that. So, but it was a really nice one. It had different sails and that on it, so it had. I quite like those ones. And they were also, because I don't know about you, I always like to round up my purchases a little bit. Like I think the windmill file was like £6 or something. So I thought, well, I'll find something for £4. So I found this, and I think I like this more than the windmill. It's a little bread oven.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant.
So all the bread, everything on there is separate pieces. They're all support. But I thought that was quite fun.
That looks like you could have renamed it Ye Olde Greg's.
Yeah. Yeah. No, what's quite cool is that base is actually hollow, so you could. This has been pointed out by Robin when I sent him a picture. You could chuck an LED in there and have a little flickering LED. But I was quite chuffed with that. To be honest. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. So a scene. I don't know. I call that a scenery element, a building, and a bunch of Russians.
Nice.
So I'm currently working on 2 sets of cannons who are in red uniforms. So gonna keep that going. Why does the front look like Captain? Because it is.
Because it is.
It's Russian Captain Hook. I don't know what Hook is in Russian. I don't know. But yeah, let's just quickly. Oh God.
Now we're really flying, aren't we?
Oh dear.
God.
Look, just Martin, don't rise to it.
Oh God.
You're proving them all wrong, Steve.
Oh, for God's sake.
Some bread jokes will be used of your problems if you've got the dough to spend on SDLs. Oh God. Right, let's move away from our oh God. Oh Jesus, I pressed the wrong. Where's everything gone? Oh, there it is. Sorry. StreamYard has moved things around.
They've got this new demo thing as well. I don't know what that is, but I'm not going to press. It's in the demo scene. I don't know whether that's just a protest, but anyway, interesting.
Show scenes panel. What does that do?
I don't know. I don't want to
wait till after scene.
I'm scared to press most of the buttons on this thing. You never know what's going to happen.
They keep putting new things on, but they don't really explain what they do.
No.
Right then, so we are going to start having a look at the survey. So thank you to everyone who took the time to answer. It's been the most responded to survey. So last year, I checked, we had 140 responses. Well, I say last year, we forgot last year. So in 2023, we had 140 responses. We've had 260. This year. So it'll be interesting to see. Now I've gone back and I've had a look at some of the previous answers. Now most of these questions are the same questions, so that's why. So for example, on the "Do you base your tanks?" question, which has been in there every year, this is the first year I've had people moaning that they base at different scales. That didn't come up in the last 4 years, and I'm not changing the question now.
Anyway, it's still the wrong answer if you don't say that they need basing. Doesn't matter what scale it can be. Tiddlywinks, you're still going to base the buggers.
We did basically say shit or get off the pot with some of these questions. It's all a bit of fun. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try and share my screen. Now let's see if this is going to work.
This is where it all goes wrong.
Has that worked?
Yes.
Has that worked? Has it worked? There we go. Right, hang on. Let me get rid of the. There we go. Bang. There we go. So we should all. So I will get up the comments. There we go. Oh my God, Paul. Just roll with.
Oh dear.
Oh God, you were all on fine form. Right. So what we're going to do now? I know some of the answers are because we've had so many responses, we thought it might be an idea that I actually checked them just in case there was anything, shall we say, too controversial that will get this demonetized in some of the comments. And I only had to remove one person's set of answers for the whole thing. What is blatantly true in here is, I'll tell you one thing, there's been some shifts from the last time we did the survey. you can always rely on people to surprise you, and you can always rely on the pedantry of wargamers. It's amazing. So we're going to go through it and have a laugh, and see what happens. So we're going to start this now. I said this was nice and easy, so what I'm going to do. 260. Click results. Let's have a look. Is this working? Here we go. Right. So, guys, I'm going to start this off. So I think this is going to be an easy one. What do we think is the preferred figure scale for wargaming? 2 mil, 6 mil, 10 mil, 12 mil, 13.5 epic, 15, 18, 20, 25, 28, 32, 54. To the person who said, where's 40? It's not there. All right. All right. What do you guys reckon? I think we'll start easy. What do you think?
28.
28 is king. We know that.
Well, there we go.
There we go.
That was the 28. So nothing for 2 mil. 5 people. 2% for 6. 2% for 10. 12% for 13.5. Because I thought, well, basically, I was just gonna call it. I was gonna put them in the same category as 15 mil, but then I thought the 15 mil people would get angry if I did that. And then I thought if I don't separate them, then the people who say this would do epic are angry. So I guess you could smush the 12 and 11 there together to say that people like gaming around about 13 to 15 millimeters. Yeah. Ken, what was that comment on that video, on that thing you put where you said 18 is essentially? What did you say? 15 is the new 18 or something?
Yeah. So yeah. That 13 and a half. Yeah. 13 and a half is like the new 15 mil or something like that. And that person from uni, didn't they? Oh my god! I think I literally destroyed someone's soul. I never had such a reply.
Well, I remembered. Yeah, that was when they called you a corporate shill, wasn't it? It was quite
it was. Yeah.
So no, I think we can see that. Yes, and everyone responded. 260 people responded. Nice. Of course, abstaining was always an option in all of these, but I don't think people look to the bottom sometimes to see the arrow. All right, okay, so I think we knew what that was going to be. Okay, so I thought we'd get the controversial one out the way next. So, do you base your tanks? So there was no multiple scales. So, Ken, where do you sit on this debate? Because I think we forget. No. And Dom?
Well, you know, I'm yes.
Okay. I know. And Steve. But
yeah.
I'm one of those people who do it differently for different scales.
The ones you didn't include.
No, I would probably lean. I would actually probably lean to no if I had to. I would rather. But what do you think? What do you think the PC?
I reckon they base just to annoy me.
You reckon they base?
I think it's going to be. I'm going to say under 50. Under 50%. I'm going to say yes.
Don't they base? Oh, I think it's the other way. I think more will base than not, but I think it won't be much in it.
Okay, then. You ready?
Yeah.
74% said no.
Hey!
You're all wrong.
You're all.
With 14 people
high?
abstaining. Yeah, with 14 people abstaining.
You're all wrong.
64.
You're all. I know that everyone's got their own opinion, but allow me to tell you why your opinion is wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's just completely wrong.
It's wrong. It's just wrong. This is a great. So that is actually, compared to last year, it was more of a 50-50 split, or last time. Now
people are being more sensible.
But we do have 500 more people in the group now.
It's just proof that this community has gone to the dogs. That's all I'm saying. Next, then the varnishing question will come soon, and then I'll know it's completely gone to the dogs.
Do you know what? There should be, with this option, a sort of sub survey, because I guarantee you, the same people that don't base their tanks will quite happily put pineapple on pizza. It's just.
I'll put the pineapple question in next year.
And all kinds of things.
Mini with a chance of history says, as I say every year, my tank's got a 6x4 foot base called the table. But then why do you base your figures? I suppose because they'd fall over. But,
I'm sure you're a lovely chap.
Yes,
you're wrong.
If I didn't have to base my minis, I wouldn't. Not gonna lie, they just stood up on their own.
People who, I think people who base Gaslands cards are like the dad who glues everything in the Lego movie. Lazy Pirate Paint, I can't believe that many people are wrong. Store Steel, agreed, they are monsters.
Yeah.
Robin, more justification for PCP Platinum Plus to keep your wrist wrap out.
I like that idea.
Oh, but it goes back the other way. You've got to be crazy. Excellent. Well, we'll have to see. You're going to have to make your case for next year. Right then. So the next question, which we haven't had before, but I thought I'd put it in. And again, we sort of had it before. So I asked, what was your preferred scale of war game? So I broke this into 3 different ones, which I know annoyed some people, but otherwise I'd be there. I was doing this while I was at work, so I had to answer the phone to do some work. So I broke it into 3. So what the scale of war game, I broke it down to skirmish up to 100 figures. Now I know, Steve, that's like the Grand Army for you. I then had a battle, which I said was like 100 to 500 figures, and then a grand battle, which was like 500 plus. Okay, how do you think the chips fell for that one, Dom? What do you think? What would you think was the preferred sort of scale of game?
This is tough. I think probably battle.
Mm-hmm. So the middle, like the 100 to 500.
Yeah, basically sort of almost a big battle, but definitely not a skirmish. That's kind of where I think it'd fall.
Ken, what do you think?
I think it's going to surprise us and be skirmish.
Okay.
Actually, we've got a lot of new people in, haven't we?
There's a lot of skirmish games that are really, really popular. Really popular. And Steve, what do you think?
I think I'm with Dom. I think it's going to be big battle, but not quite the table.
Not the Ken Riley side of things, you mean?
Exactly. The table isn't under threat of collapsing. Under
100. Yeah, 100.
I've just got
again.
I've got to share this. Don said it's refreshing to be on the right side of the basing question. By all means, you flat earthers can keep basing away. Are you saying if you?
Yes, Don.
We're not going there.
Oh, this stream is getting a warning when it goes out about flat Earth.
What do you think? I'll get fact checked.
They're on flat Earth videos. Whether you're debunking it or you believe in that hooey, they put a thing on it saying,
"Really,
yeah."
Well,
I love it.
Let's have a look. Okay, so Ken, you said skirmish. You two said battle. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. It was very tight. So battle, then grand battle, then skirmish. Grand battle beat skirmish by 1%.
Wow. Well, they're nearly a third each, though, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, it's a good split. I think everyone likes a battle, if that's it's because you don't always have time to set up, a refight of Leipzig.
Well, that's what I thought when I was answering that one, because I thought you kind of, how often do you really have the time? Much as we like those really massive battles, how often?
Yeah, I mean, when I was looking, because I saw this, I was surprised about skirmish. I would have thought it'd be hard, but then when you just look at the project logs, when we put them up, there are just loads and loads.
Hang on, we got Steve has come in with a proper scaling.
Yeah,
I think Steve should be in a section by himself.
I think he is.
He transcends big battle
together.
Yeah, evening game for a skirmish and a weekend game I like the big battle. Or do you like doing the skirmish on the Friday night, the battle on the Saturday day, and then the grand battle on the Saturday evening and through to Sunday evening? You can have the full menu, and then the Monday for all the backache.
Your quiz is going to be really difficult next year, mate.
Yeah.
Oh man, that kind of category in.
Is this 100 figures like per side? I meant each army. Whatever. I found that one quite interesting.
Yeah. Split though, really.
Now the next one, I don't know if this is going to be contentious. The favorite era to historically wargame in. Now, before we answer this, I just want to say, because I had one person go, why isn't there more questions about fantasy and sci-fi? That's because when I put fantasy and sci-fi questions in it last time, 75% of the people abstained from answering. So there are a couple. Maybe we'll do a completely separate survey for for that, because there's so many categories in that. Maybe we should dedicate one to the whole thing, to the weird, to the turnip, maybe
The Weirdo Week.
Steve's channel.
Weirdo Week.
That's it. That's it. Reese says, what's the point of setting up a table for less than 500? The weird shit survey. Yeah, maybe we can find out how probably weird people are. So the next question was, what is the favorite era to historically wargame in? So I broke this into Ancients, Dark Ages, because I thought if I called it Dark Ages, it might upset people. The medieval period, so 1066 up till 1500. The Pike and Shot period, Black Powder, and 20th century. So, Ken, what do you think is the most popular historical period to?
I reckon medieval.
wargaming?
Medieval.
Reckon med?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Steve
Black Powder.
and Dom, what do you think?
I'm going between Black Powder and Second World or modern sort of Second World War, one or the other.
So my thoughts were going to be Black Powder, and then Second World War. That's what it was last year. So Black Powder was favourite, and Second World War by quite a long way, actually. Those two were favourites. And the survey says Black Powder followed by medieval.
Oh
wow!
Blimey!
Which
I didn't see that coming.
20th Ancients is the lowest.
That doesn't surprise me. Nothing new has really been in ancient.
No, 34% for Black Powder, so 18th and 19th century stuff. Pike and Shot was 7%, so 18% for 20th century. I said up to and including Vietnam. I don't know if that actually, if anyone got excluded. 2 people abstained from answering on that one. So maybe they wanted to do ultra modern.
They're only here for turnips.
They're here for turnips. But yeah, medieval was the second one.
Wow, I'm really surprised. I know we've had lots of new rules in that period, so that's probably why.
There has been, and there's a lot of projects in the group showing off medieval stuff. So yeah. Digger says Ancients was big back. It was. Is it the Midgard effect? Or I have to see when we get round to the favorite rule sets.
It was.
Yeah. Medieval is due to me in the Wars of the Roses. I don't think I can take the blame for a lot of that. The ancient nothing to Dom. Nothing new has come out for Ancients for about 1600 years.
Fair point, mate. Fair point.
Yeah. Napoleonic ACW together in Black Powder, both very popular. Well, it'll be interesting to see how that breaks down when we get to the what's your favorite period within that Black Powder period. It's so hard actually though, like putting everything into groupings, because you know that someone's gonna
you're always going to upset somebody, or somebody does something slightly different.
It's a little bit like the Wars of the Roses, which I would say is medieval, but it's right on that hinge, isn't it, of falling over, where warfare changes. And then also, weirdly, the Great Northern War, which are currently doing, they've still, again, still got pipe blocks and things like that. It's just sort of, it's right at that hinge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's that kind of thing, actually, but I think it's really interesting sort of period of warfare when you still have some of the old ways meet the new ways. It just gives you some fun. What do you think of that, Ken?
Yeah, there's a quick question on that actually, because obviously, no. It's what you were saying was obviously the old ways meeting the new ways, but you had Black Powder in Wars of the Roses era, didn't you? With cannon.
But Black Powder just refers to 18th and 19th century.
Oh, just 18th and 19th century. Yeah.
So it was just
the primary weapon is a boomstick. I think that's probably.
That's probably.
I'm not surprised it's obviously Black Powder, and I'm not surprised it's medieval, because obviously you guys have been focusing on those sort of projects for the last year or two. So obviously the audience watching us.
I am surprised with Ancients. Now I'm not. I am, to be honest. I thought, but then as you say, it's not. I mean.
If you think there hasn't really been anything ancient for a while, I mean, there was Infamy, wasn't there? And I know the Warlords did their Gallic supplement, but
But that's just Hail Caesar. That's just Hail Caesar. I mean, this is since 2023. That's just Hail Caesar, and I think people are already playing Hail Caesar. There's no, I mean, obviously, there's you could use Midgard for that because there was the effect, maybe. Yeah, I mean, the epic Hail Caesar box hasn't enticed, but then that's what's people's favorite. And there we go.
True.
So right then. So here we go for the weird and wonderful. Which is better for wargaming? Be nice in the chat. Your fantasy with your dragons, wizards, magic, rings, badgers with cod pieces, or your science fiction with your space weirdos and all of that. Now, which do you think our viewers prefer, fantasy or sci-fi? What do you reckon, Ken?
Oh, fantasy.
What do you reckon, Steve?
I'm going to go with fantasy, but I think it's going to be close. I think there's not going to be.
I don't think there's going to be a lot in it.
No, there's not going to be like a massive winner.
And Dom, what do you think?
Badgers for the win.
Badgers for the win. Storm of Steel is saying sci-fi, and he is saying fantasy. Right. It is very convincingly fantasy. Which I'm not surprised by our viewership, because I would say it's probably the most similar to historical, so people feel comfortable with it. 13 people didn't want to answer that. Don, what did you put out of curiosity? Did you go fantasy?
I think I put Badgers for the win, actually, from what I remember. I'm not actually surprised, because just purely based on the pictures we see in the Facebook page, and I know that is largely a lot of our community involved there.
Yeah.
You see much more fantasy than you do sci-fi, don't you? So
yeah,
I'm not...
but I see, for me, I quite like doing the bit of sci-fi because it's so utterly different from that. If I'm going to do something, although it has now been quite a while, maybe I need to do something.
Did you World Eaters, did you?
Sorry?
Did you World Eaters when you last time?
Yeah, no, they're still ongoing. World Eaters and Dark Angels, when I fancy painting one, I just pick one out of the box and
where does 40k sit in there? I suppose that's the
sci-fi.
So does that mean 40k has dropped off in interest in our community, or just we don't have many people in there?
There's still 71 have said they quite like it. It's interesting when you start talking about these bigger numbers, isn't it? It's still quite a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah, there's quite a few people in the group that play things like Stargrave. That's really popular.
Wargamer Kent is pretty much. He said sci-fi is dominated by 40k, but fantasy is more dispersed on rule sets, possibly. I'll be able to. I mean, there are a lot of fantasy rule sets, but sci-fi rule sets, but maybe that is.
Maybe that is.
Corn is watching. He is. There we go. Right then, let's move on. Okay, so the next one, I think we all know what the answer. Well, I don't know actually. For your miniatures, which material do you prefer? Not which do you think is most popular. What do you personally prefer, Steve? I know Steve's a metal man, isn't he?
Oh yeah, metal for the win. He is.
I think I know what the answer's going to be, but I think everyone knows what my answer is.
All right. Okay, then, Ken, what do you think? It was metal, resin, or plastic were the options.
I said metal. I changed. I went from plastic to metal.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
You've changed. Being a father changed you.
Yeah, it has. It's made me proper old school. It's made me appreciate
proper old school. I'm proper old school now. What do you reckon?
Single cast metals, please.
What was yours, Dom?
I reckon metal, but I do wonder how much the impact of 3D printing has.
But yeah,
because it wouldn't have been that big in 2003 when we last did this.
2003?
2003?
23, sorry. 2003 definitely wouldn't have been very big.
Well, neither was Ken. He's still an amoeba.
That's 40. That's
good
12.
times.
Right. So let's have a look. Yeah, plastic by quite a bit. 9 people went for
wrong
resin.
again.
The thing is with the resin, I think it's still the trade-off, isn't it? People like 3D printing and it's in resin, but you would always prefer that model you want to be in plastic. The convenience of printing at home is great, but the material, no matter what, you'd still rather have something in plastic or metal, wouldn't you?
It's the day when we can plastic injection mold from our house, like with a reshapeable form of something, is when it's going to change. That'd be fun.
I've said it before. If people could guarantee that their metal miniatures will be as good as Burrows and Badgers miniatures, I'd quite happily jump on the metal train. But they're not. They're Oathsworn miniatures for me are the pinnacle of metal miniatures. They literally are sort of the grade that people should be aiming for. I'm not prepared to pay good money for subpar metal miniatures.
I'm just, well, you know my thing. I just hate assembly models. So generally, metals you don't have to do that much assembling. Although when you do, metals are an absolute bitch.
Yeah,
they're worse than plastic by any means. I wonder. I was intrigued by the resin stuff because, you know, I cogitated on one of my videos recently about getting a 3D printer, and the number of people who commented about, oh, you know, 3D printing, the resin is so brittle and blah, 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 blah. And I do think there's a lot of preconceptions about things like that put people off it. And I know that the stuff you always tell me, the stuff you use, and I've seen other things.
There you go. Look. Yeah, see the bendy Pike. Look,
yeah, fine. Exactly. So it is about what resin you. That said, I bought some Mamluks from somebody on eBay, and he was supposed to send 12. He actually sent 11, 3 of which broke in the box. I mean, they're properly packaged and everything, but they broke in the box. So
depends what has printed them as well, Don. The settings.
Yeah, it does. It does change that. I mean, the resin I use. I mean, I went through quite a few sort of tests and that. I mean, all of those Russians I've done are resin, and I haven't broke everything. And they've got the pikes and everything. You know, I've landed on them. They are bending. I mean, I would say they're as flexible as the plastic ones.
I know the ones more flexible are fine. I mean, I abuse them the same way as I do my plastics, and they're absolutely fine. I mean, you lose the odd spear or sword or what have you.
I lose that in the Victrix kits. Like I open my Victrix bag of late Romans there, and at least half the spears are snapped on the sprue. You know, there's a break in them.
Yeah,
that's just.
I know. I got anything that I've printed on my printer. The only thing a couple of those little Vietnam figures, their barrels snapped off, but they're tiny. But anything sort of bigger than that, I've had no snapping, no nothing. And they are quite durable.
Yeah, I was just intrigued. Several people commented. I mean, not a lot, but several people did comment on it, and I thought that's a real old thing. But I wonder whether that's holding back people accepting resin more. Because like the new Warlord resin stuff, what they do, I think it's really nice. I really like that. Really.
See, there's someone up here who's just had a about Warlord resin is not a fan. There you go, Tony. His Warlord resin is truly awful. Disappointed with his Belgian line inventory that you just get. But then
opposite, I love them. I think they really come out nicely.
Wow. Well, there we go. Right. Let's have a look at the next one. Now, the next question comes from. Now, I don't know. I know Dom and I have certainly had these comments, and everyone else who does YouTube. So I said, when watching battle reports, do you want to see the dice rolls? Right? Now,
this was Graham. Didn't he? I know he did. Great.
I had a right back and forth with one of mine, who basically said they didn't want to see the dice rolls. I was like, but okay, that's fine. But they just want to see me sum up each turn. I was like, that's going to be a very, very short video, which I don't do. I make long-form battle reports. But there are plenty of other channels that do that. But to me, I don't want to make that. If I want to watch a battle report, personally, I like to see the rolls. I like to see people roll really well, except when it's against me, or terribly. I quite like it.
I'm going to say, watch your video if they want to see someone roll really well, mate.
Ooh. What do you think, Steve, when watching and what do you prefer? If you're watching a game, do you want to see the dice roll?
It depends on the game.
Look,
one game
yeah.
where I
Don't
do
you
want
say that. Yes or no, Steve? Come on.
No, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me whether or not. But if someone's playing Chain of Command, I want to see the command dice rolls, because that's integral.
There you go. Good one, Alex.
I think it's integral to the game. You can get away with the bolt action and others and stuff like that, but that's probably the one system where if I'm watching a battle report, I do like to see the dice being rolled.
Okay. All right, Ken.
Yeah, I like to see the dice being rolled. I like to
Because you like to see the game being played.
I like the whole game being played. Yeah, I like to see the whole game. Yeah, I don't like to see a summary.
Dom, what's your preference?
So personally, I don't mind either way, but I feel that majority will say they do like it.
Okay. So just what's people are saying here, let's see the dice rolls, love the dice rolls. Don't need to see every dice roll, but keep the exciting pivotal dice rolls. I mean, I feel sorry for Martin. Thanks. Is that just a general you feel sorry for?
Just generally,
I roll badly.
Yeah.
Without dice rolls, it's more of a Bockety retelling of history. Robin, I don't like Martin's dice rolls. Less spherical dice, it'd be a very long video, and maybe not every dice roll, but certainly the crucial moments. You see, I don't show the command rolls in those kind of games. I show the combat rolls. I don't show the the movement as well, but then I skip that. So anyway, let's see what the survey says. What was that? Was that Family Fortunes?
Yeah, survey says
83% want to see them.
That's fairly
right.
I think
Everybody answered that one. Everyone answered that one. I agree. I think there's a but combat roles. I love showing, especially morale ones as well. I like seeing that morale thing come out where you get a double one or break test result where anything but a double one, and then the cannon blows up on the castle walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still living on that one.
I have to. I have to. Right. So
I must admit, on my games, I try and do it, but half the time I forget because we're actually playing in the club night.
Yeah.
So it's just amongst and I don't really want to interrupt things and do it really close up.
44 people are better off listening to a podcast. Speaking of which, the Plastic Crack Podcast is. Did you know that the Plastic Crack Podcast is available to listen to? Because Dom, the diligent person that he is, he uploads each week, don't you, Dom? Do you want to
do to Spotify?
There you go. Look at that. So you can go on Spotify. What have they got to search for? Just the Plastic Crack Podcast.
Plastic Crack Podcast. They're all there since we started. When was it? Last year, sometime when somebody said they wanted to listen to a podcast. I sorted it out for you.
So if you're that person, every week for a year and a half, Dom has been uploading for you.
It'd be funny if they stop listening now.
It's it's very interesting. You get about 80 downloads, which I actually, considering we don't promote it in any way, I think it's quite
well.
Good.
I think we should start. There we go. So if you're following this, if you want to get it and listen to the podcast while you're at work, then go for it. I'm quite looking forward to the question about where people watch this, because I put at work as a answer, and I want to see how many people have put that. Just going back through here, Ed James says dice rolls are a big part of the game, so I like seeing them. Storm Steel, Wargaming is based around dice rolling. Otherwise, it's pushing toys about. Red 7 says, my favourite were a Canadian channel who replayed the game at speed with both player commenting on each turn retrospectively. In general, though, no, particularly if there's no outcome from the roll. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so the next one, before we start getting into the individual periods, I asked people how they first heard about the PCP, because I can't remember how, because we don't really advertise the thing apart from through our channels. I'm not going to really ask you guys what you think. Let's just have a look. So most people heard about it through one of our channels, and then through a YouTube search. So I'm guessing.
Oh, interesting.
People do research.
Maybe they heard about it through something else and then went hunting for it, and that's how it came out.
Yeah. Facebook or other social media was next. And So 8% of people said for a friend. So I'll be like, so 8% of people actually bothered to recommend it. Let's have a look here. Through some son, through my dad, through Yorkshire Ken's podcast interviews. I can't remember. Significant, that's Haley. I'll tell you right now, that's Haley. Significant. Too long ago, I can't remember from following you guys a while back. I came across it during the start of the Great COVID Plague. Martin was a guest on MFA. Yeah, I heard Paul Hicks was going to be on. I haven't missed an episode since.
Hey.
When Dom and Ken were guests on the Yorkshire Gamers podcast. You should have really watched the next episode. That was far better.
I think ours was better, Ken, wasn't it?
It was, mate.
Ours was 7 hours long. You had to split it over 2.
Yeah, because you're so verbose, you lot.
So I'm pretty sure there was a meandering hour we were just chatting about Maiden, wasn't there? Like, it was as well.
Yeah,
Alec at Wargaming Hobby.
Top shield killers.
Randomly appeared in the YouTube algorithm. Oh, so it does work. Via Alex Storm of Steel. Cannot remember. By an article in War Games Illustrated that would have been penned by Dom. Looking for Perry interviews. I was originally on it. Hi, Leon. Advertisement written on the inside of a toilet cubicle.
I wish that was true. That just would be brilliant.
When people say, all I can think about is it Dumb and Dumber?
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. Seabass,
yeah. All right. Okay.
About how long people have been listening, because I think that goes well with this.
Later. Yeah. That is later. So before I think we'll do this one, then we're about halfway through, and then we'll get on with some news. So before we have to use, what is your favorite? And I put what if rather than what is. What is your favorite black powder period? So I broke this down into Napoleonic, ACW. Hang on, because I put a lot of acronyms there. So American Civil War, American War of Independence, 7 Years War, Great Northern War, the 1812 War, I meant American. So Napoleonic, I just included everything in that. Yeah. And then colonial, and there were a few other things. What do you think, Dom? What do you think's the favorite black powder?
I think Napoleonic's going to come in tops.
Yeah. Any ideas on second place?
Civil War, American Civil War.
Yeah, because you've got the epic impact there, haven't you? So yeah, I think you're right. American Civil War, then American War of Independence, and then I'm not sure. That would be my guess.
Oh, well, at least we know who wrote that. What do you think? What do you think, Steve? What do you think is the most popular? And
it's gonna be Napoleonic, isn't it?
Yeah, followed by
Little Drummer Boys.
It's gonna be followed by American Civil War.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? We all know what the favourite's going to be. Is where the other ones are, and it's interesting to see where the favoritism of Great Northern War of the Spanish Succession demonstrates that history isn't written by the winners, just those who wargame it. All right, let's have a look.
Wolf.
So Napoleonic, colonial is beaten ACW.
Wow!
Right. Wow!
Didn't see that.
11. So 51% said Napoleonic. Let's see how many people are. 258. So only 2 abstained. 51% Napoleonic. 11% said ACW. 17% said colonial.
What do you reckon's caused that?
That's a massive change.
That is a big change.
I mean, there was a couple last year where there was there was a few things. There was a few Zulu things. I've seen some more Afghan projects going around.
Wow, I'm really surprised by that. Really surprised. By that. Interesting.
To the one person that said the War of Spanish Succession, you're represented. Don't worry.
Well done, man.
Well done. Just looking at the others, American War of Independence. See, I thought American War of Independence would be higher.
No, I think American War of Independence to me seems to have a very small but very keen following. I wouldn't necessarily say it's got the numbers that some of the others do, but tend to get very passionate people in that period.
Let's
you do all in black powder, to be fair.
So yeah, Napoleon. ACW is colonial, isn't it, Robbie? Thousands of. Let's have a look at some of the other choices were. Yes, I know I missed some of these off. Jacobite Rebellion, yeah. None. Hey?
None.
All right.
Okay.
None. Okay. Prussia, yeah. To be fair, the Prussian War, French Indian War, 30 Years War. 30 Years War is Pike and
it is
shot. 1745 Jacobite Rebellion. Survey won't let me use numbers, so you get all the text. Well, you get a point for typing that out. You get a superstar for that. Another 30 Years War. Glorious Revolution, Italian Wars, French Indian Wars, Second Schleswig, English Civil War, Franco-Prussian War. Don't play colonial wars, but specifically Asian ones. I watched 55 Days at Peking. Too much. Is that you, Dom?
No, but I wish I had. But no, it wasn't me.
French Indian War, ECW, Fireball Forward, World War II. Okay. So there that was that's a surprise.
That's a show. It's a real surprise, that one. I think of all of them, that surprised me.
It just shows that there is. I mean, it is nice to have a few things.
Oh yeah,
that are different. So let's have a look what we've got here. The War of just like Don said, the War of American Ingratitude.
That's the one.
Who we got here? Robin, ACW, Angry But hello, dude. Hope you're doing well. Jonathan War, Colonial Africa, especially East Africa and Central Asia. I'd love to do AWI, but screw painting those uniforms. Do you know what? Painting these great Northern War things I found so much easier than painting Napoleonics, because it's almost a Napoleonic thing, but without the cross belts, and therefore it makes your life a bit easier. David has said, listening to US podcasts, that colonial is very popular over there. That's true. Actually, I was chatting to a couple of the American guys that I follow, like Matthew, that they've got these huge colonial stuff, big like Zulu collections. There we go. We will finish the first part there on that little surprise. The next one up is the favorite World War II rule set, which won't be contentious at all. What do you guys think of that so far? It's quite a
different, isn't it?
Yeah,
that was different. Yeah,
I think it's interesting. I'm still smarting at some of the fools that we have in our community with basing, but very good, very interesting to see. I think also it's all for me. It's always the difference that things, what comes up and down, and more than anything else. I mean, that Napoleonics is always going to be popular, but what's sort of else?
I think it was so last time, 2023. Just before we get on the news, it was about 65-66% Napoleonic. Then it was ACW, and then everything else was just on sort of like 2-3%. That was it. So maybe people have finished their big Napoleonic projects and they're just moved. I mean, I know that can happen at any time, but just in the history, like with what we're doing with the podcast, people who are in the group, maybe people have finished their Napoleonic projects, moved on to colonial stuff, and they just enjoy playing that at the moment. And that's maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Intriguing.
There we go. I believe it's time for some news. We have some news, don't we?
We do. A little bit.
We do. All right, let's find it. There we go. Dom, what are you seeing out there in the wild?
Just wondering what Ken's doing. Has he got chopsticks out or something?
Oh no, sorry. I'm pissing about with transfers.
Oh, okay.
One of them's folded over on the other one. So, one's folded over on the other one, so I'm trying to sort it out.
Oh, bummer. A couple of things. I didn't see so much this week, so but a couple of things I saw. So Renedra said they're going to be showing some new buildings at Salute a few weeks ago. So
yes,
that's very cool. Looks really good. I think it's a plastic kit. I think they said 20 quid. It's going to be on sale at Salute for whichever.
Like all their stuff in it, they're all generally around.
Yeah, all around that sort of price. which I think, and I guess it's sort of you could use it in multiple settings.
Oh yeah.
Quite
It's
easily.
pretty much anything sort of 1500 onwards.
Yeah,
pretty much
something in that order. So that's really cool. And also this sort of wooden barn, which is definitely more North American.
Nice.
I think they said this is a tenner at Salute, which is pretty good value if that's what it is. But yeah, that's a nice model.
Yeah.
So I think good for skirmish and good for just a bit of scenic fluff on your bigger battle tables. So in your 100-figure games plus.
Yeah.
Really, really good indeed. Also, we showed off North Star. We're talking about some of their upcoming launches and for Oathmark and the plastic elf heavy infantry, I think it was. So they've also shown off the characters that are going to come out.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
So I think these are metal.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they normally do, don't they? They do the box set in plastic, and then they do some of the character figures in metal. So they'll be due out. I think that's next month as well. They're due out.
Cool.
Around there. And then something for your calendars. Gripping Beast shared that they're going to be doing this as a Kickstarter. A Saga Indian army. Now, personally, I really like. I've still got 15 mil Indian army, so I'm kind of thinking, do I need a 28 mil army? 28 mil. Yeah. So that's probably going to happen.
What book are they in? Are they in?
I think they're metal.
No. What book are they in?
They're in the Macedonian Alexander book, aren't they? I would imagine.
Cool.
Yeah, I think they are in that one. The only thing with that is, I guess, if it is scaled for Saga, there'll be quite small forces, so you need to do quite a lot of extras. So yeah, that's what I saw. That's all I had. What about you? Anything else for you?
Yeah, I saw a couple of things. So I saw this from was this from North Star? Was this from TT? Well, let's put up. It's this is written by Joseph A. McCullough, who did Rangers of Shadow Deep and Frostgrave and all of that. So this is Harefoot Jousting, a context of original whimsy. And I put these on here just because I was just thinking of Dom, really.
I was just thinking, why would I be interested? Then you put them on. Yeah, okay.
It's the pig. It's the one with the pig.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome.
So,
oh my lordy!
Oh, that is awesome. I love that. I know nothing about it, but yeah. Brother Vinny is releasing some Varangian Guard. They showed this off, so they make some quite nice.
Oh, nice
sculpts. I've got a few of their sculpts. Is it Brother Vinny? I want to say Cousin Vinny, but it's Brother Vinny. Next up, there's the Turner Miniatures Europe Asunder 3 late Napoleonics 3D printable 6 to 15 mil STL files for armies of Russia, the German states, and other Napoleonic powers. So here's some little Bavarians that
nice.
6 mil. Nice. It was 6 mil Bavarians.
There we go.
There we are. There we go.
Look, you've got some of those, didn't you, Ken? Some time ago.
Yeah, ages ago. Jesus.
Yeah, I thought you did.
I've got them. Still got them. So.
I think I've got the files for the STL files for a Swedish army.
Yeah.
God knows why.
Yeah, no idea.
Next up, Steve, I thought you might like this. There's a new battle group been released for Signar in War Machine. These are the grave diggers, and I just liked it because there's the creel in the top right, the Gatling gun. I have no idea. I just. I don't even know if it's the same as it used to be. Can't even really tell you much. It's giant trolls.
It just looks really cool. That Jack looks immense.
Yeah, he's really, really nice. Really, really cool. Then we have. I saw. So this is on the way. So this is from Brigade Games. This is sculpted by Paul Hicks. These are the Indian Wars, 1860 to 90. So here's some of the Apache warriors. He's very prolific, isn't he?
Yeah.
Look, I really like that command. That commands free. See, this would be another good thing for the muskets and tomahawks rule set.
Yes, it would.
You know, it would be
Yeah,
this.
it would.
And maybe that'll be included when they do their ACW one. Which
I'm intrigued why it's not a period you see gamed very often, is it? I mean,
No.
occasionally you say. I mean, there was somebody, I can't remember who was in our community, who had like thousands of Pony War figures. I remember, but very rarely do you see people talking about it. But,
yeah, no,
because it'd be really good for skirmish games and scenarios and that sort of thing. But anyway,
yeah, no, they're really, really nice. But I could. I see. Do I need these? No, but yeah. But and then I think was that it. Yeah, that was it. Wasn't massive on the news front, but some interesting things kicking around. I think everyone's saving up for Salute, aren't they?
Yeah,
Did you catch what might be Steve's new favourite kit? Cyborgs for Star? No, I didn't. I didn't see that. Cyborgs for Stargrave.
Oh,
that sounds like a charity drive. Cyborgs for Stargrave.
Cyborgs for Stargrave. No, but that has piqued my plasticky Stargravey interest. Now,
can you turnip a cyborg? Can you do that?
Like T1 Gummage, yeah.
Oh, got it. Just had Gary Morley for X Games Workshop.
Hey,
has dropped in. Hello, thank you very much for dropping in. Hello, that's awesome.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. That's really cool. Right then, so I think Ken's probably got a whole load of your sculpts behind him on those shelves right now.
Yeah, we have, to be fair. Not gonna lie.
Awesome stuff. All right then, shall we carry on with tonight's survey? We're on to something that I've actually got no skin in whatsoever, but I didn't abstain. From my own question. What is the favourite World War II rule set? Now the options here were bolt action, chain of command, O group, rapid fire, flames of war, operation squad, what a tanker, Achtung Panzer, because I saw it on the shelf at the time, firefight, 0-200 hours, and then other. And yes, I forgot battle group, but don't worry, everyone. I saw the comments, especially the person saying that I should be sent to a gulag. Robin.
Is that Haley again?
No, I believe it was Robin. But so what do we think? Okay, so do we think that Ken? Do you think bolt action is going to continue as being the most popular one?
Yeah, annoyingly.
Ooh, annoyingly, you built your channel on bolt.
I was going to say that's your heritage, mate.
Screw bolt action.
You know, I reckon, given our community, I reckon chain of command's going to be.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Steve?
I'm going to go for bolt action, but I think it won't be as pronounced as previous surveys. I think chain of command will be pushing it pretty close.
So are we arguing basically about? So we'll ignore what's going to be first, and we're arguing about what will be second, third, and.
I want it to be Operation Squad. That's a bit obvious. If there's one vote for that, you know it's me.
Okay. Well, let's have a look. Let's see what they're just saying in the chat. World War II battle group. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Right. Let's have a look. Well, bolt action with only 33%.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
And not a. And then chain of command with 19. Then, well, there's things in other rapid fire with 23 people.
That's got a very active community, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Flames of War with 15. Operation Squad was 4 people. Ken?
Well, there was 3 other correct people in the
2 people for what a tanker. 6 for Achtung Panzer. 2 for firefight. 19 for 0-200. I put 0-200, but that's because I like very narrative driven sort of game and that sort of fun. So that's why I bet. So I don't know if that's the reason the other people said. Let's have a look at what. Right, someone count the battle group answers, and then we'll compare it, and then we can probably work it up. So rules of engagement. Is that the Great Escape Games one?
I believe
The one you
so.
bought, Ken. Is that Rules of Engagement?
Yeah, I think
So
so.
Battle Group, Xenos Rampant, Snakes and Ladders.
Xenos Rampant.
I do not play World War II. It's too close. Fair enough. Don't play World War II. Crossfire, Blitzkrieg Commander. Don't play NA. So hang on. Battle groups. That's 2 battle groups. Computer says no. I ain't being shot, mum. All hell let loose. Battle group. V for victory. I forgot about that. Battle group 3. Battle group 4. Battle group 5. Battle group. It's an actual sin if this was missed off. People have been sent to the gulag for it. 6. 7. Nuts. 8. Wham. 9. 10. So 10. So let's just see.
10.
What
would that
so
put it
10. So
Red, I
10 would put it.
Just under Flames of the War.
Yeah, an O group, just below O group.
Mm.
There we go. So 5 abstained from that. But that's quite a climb down for bolt action.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I
What's
think.
the question? Sorry, go on, Steve.
No, go on, Ken. Go on.
No, I was going to say, what was the question again? Just read out the actual question. Was it your favourite, or just what do you think the favourite is?
Favorite? No, it's favorite World War II rule set. So each is a person. It's not what do you think. It's what's your favorite.
Oh, what is your actual favourite? Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Someone just questioned whether maybe the changeover to version 3 has seen some diminish of interest. I don't know whether that's true or not.
Let's have a look at
Our esteemed colleague in the Phil Gray, he's loving the new 3rd edition, isn't he?
I like it. I mean, the thing is, though, I left the bolt action group last year, so I don't really. No, that used to be quite a good barometer of how the community was sort of going. But I left, so I don't really know. But I just know it is a popular game. But like I said before, I do think, yeah, part of the drop off. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like everyone had to, start from scratch and burn their armies.
Oh, very good, David.
Oh, Dave.
It doesn't when he does pipe up. He definitely comes in with the.
Whether it's a stinging comment or going to the bar, something interesting is going to happen afterwards.
Can
we cross-reference these lads with those who base their tanks and begin the banishment?
Yeah, it would be interesting. See, bolt action for me is just it's just boring. It's just boring. There's only one way to describe it. It just is now. Just after playing so many different rule sets and seeing or just watching so many different rule sets and hearing about them, about how much different they are, how different characters interact and different weapons do different things, different nations. It's very tournament based. I feel like it's a very tournament based game. Obviously, it's good for tournaments, but yeah, I'd prefer something like Chain of Command. Definitely.
After Martin threw me under the bus about Flames of War, I'm quite pleased to see that it's so low.
What did I throw you under the bus?
You did.
A little bit. I felt backed into a corner and had to lash out.
And you kicked out.
yeah. All right then. Okay, so let's see what's coming up next. It is. So I wanted to know. So I broke up a bit what the monthly hobby spend was. And the categories, because I missed one out, which then I see a lot of people commented about. So, yeah. Anyway, it was up to 50 quid, 100 to 250 quid, 250 to 500, 500 to £1,000, or £1,000 plus. Others, please specify. So yes, I did miss out 50 to £100, but lots of people have commented 50 to £100. Ken, what do you reckon those people's rough monthly hobby spend?
Was it Peter? Sorry,
no one's watching this.
I did my own one. I just put up to 50 quid for me, but I reckon I could be in that category. I reckon it could be there. Yeah.
You reckon? So, Dom, what do you reckon?
It's so difficult because so many variations in funding, and I reckon around 100 quid. That'll be my guess.
No, somebody said V for victory, Mark. Someone said that, but I didn't include it on the list. What do you reckon, Steve?
Yeah, I'm going with Dom. Up between 50 and 100. Although I can saying that, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go for that.
My gut's saying a bit higher, but I'm thinking probably logically 100.
100 to 250. So up to 50 was second, 100 to 250 one out, and then down here, 50 to 100, so 2, 3, 4. It depends if my wife is watching the band. So only 4 people said 50 to 100. So mostly it's 100 to 250.
Interesting.
Yeah. One person must get stuff commission painted.
What was that about?
500 to $1,000.
Oh, bloody hell. Every month. Even I don't do that.
13 people, 250 to 500.
How to tell someone you play 40k without telling them you play 40?
Okay, yeah, to be fair, that person just buys one Forge World model each month.
Yeah. Depends what Martin's been promoting this month is what I
Yeah.
hashtag I blame Martin.
And to be fair, friends, it depends on if Perry and Bloody Minis release.
Yeah,
that's
true.
a good shout.
So,
all right,
I'm with. Oh, sorry, I'm going to say I'm with old school FFP. Yeah, some months small purchase here and there, and then there'll be a big month where you sort of splurge on something you've been waiting for. So I couldn't. I personally couldn't spend upwards of £200 a month on hobby stuff. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely in that category. Is when the bug hits, and I'll go and buy, and I will spend quite a lot on one order. But then I'll get only tiny things for a few months.
I need to put in I put in a tuft order the other day, and I decided to go. So I spent £45 on tufts.
When I do that, and I can't I did some Flags of War flags the other day, and it came up to about 35-40 quid, and I was thinking, it's only bits of paper. How the hell did I do that? But if you end up it's the same with tufts. You just sort of add it up, and
I just want them. Yeah. I just want them. It's like I did you ever do this thing? I bought a box of tufts as an experiment, and then I used them on every single base, and I was like, oh no, I want those with that color.
Yeah, I do that all the time, and and it's always, or you got an army and you have the same sort of rough type of tufts in the force.
86
and you
quid
get
on
towards, and then you run out and you can't get them again. It's like, that's a bugger.
See,
and I can understand.
I can understand Mark doing this because I did that experiment a couple of years back where I bought cheap ass brushes. And it's a false economy. It really is a false economy. Most of them fell apart after within a couple of weeks. Yeah, I would much rather spend. My go-to brush is a Winsor Newton, either a 000 or a double or a 000, and I can pay anywhere between £18 and £21 for them. But that brush will last me months and months.
You'd die on this hill, wouldn't you?
I would. I would absolutely die on this hill because it. And I can understand people saying the brush doesn't matter, and it does. It does.
My honest thing with the brushes is, so I paint quite a bit, and I realised after a while that I thought, oh bloody hell, these brushes aren't lasting very well. And I thought, actually, if I count out the number of figures they've painted before they've died, it's probably fair dues, really. But yeah, I kind of can't bring myself to spend on those. What are the ones, the white ones, Optus something or other ones? I mean, that kind of price, but something around 15 quid. So, that kind of thing I can do. But Wargaming do some really nice brushes.
Tufts, happy to send you a load of tufts. Steve might have found the person to keep his models in. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Right, so. The next one was what is the favorite or your favorite Dark Age / medieval rule set? Because so many of them cross. Basically, just do the two together, don't they? So I thought I would as well. I put options here, and I forgot to click the thing that said add the other column. Sue me. The options. Well, I thought I put some options in there. I think if you're clicking off of these, then just add it in the comments. So I put Hail Caesar, Midgard, Dux Britanniarum, Lion Rampant, Saga, Clash of Spears, Baron's War, Soldiers of God, To the Strongest, Meg, Impetus, and Nevermind the Billhooks. These were based on the last survey's questions with a couple added in. And I know I missed off Ruckus, and I know I missed off DBA and all of that stuff, but I'm sorry, okay? I had to answer a phone.
He's only human.
I'm only human and I was working. Right then, what do we think? Dom?
I'm going to say Midgard's going to be up there. And because there's been, I mean, when we did this, it was the hot thing. So I think that'll be very high. But I still think Hail Caesar is what I voted for. I'd say that's the number one, and probably Midgard sort of fairly close to 2.
Yeah. Okay, Ken.
Hail Caesar, followed by Midgard, but I'd like Lime Rampant to be it all just to annoy you.
That wouldn't annoy me.
Probably be quite high because there's a lot of people.
I think it'll be high. It's a lot.
I love a bit of Lime Rampant. That's what I vote for.
And I'm going to mute Ken. Steve.
Hail Caesar followed by Midgard.
Right. Let's have a look at Hail Caesar.
Wow.
Then Midgard.
I never thought that actually.
Then Lion Rampant and Saga with 26 people each. That's weird because they are not similar at all. Saga and Lion Rampant. I think that's quite interesting actually.
Saga's only really just had a medieval period, hasn't it? It's only just launched.
Crusades.
Oh, of course, there was a Crusades. You're right.
And there's loads of bits in there for that.
Yeah, you're
and as I said, but this is medieval with Dark Ages because again, so many of them crossed over.
Yeah.
I felt that was it. Baron's War, a decent showing, 18 people, 12 for Nevermind the Bulldogs. Impetus, 6. See, Impetus is a game that I really enjoy. 1 person for Soldiers of God. If you were also the War of Spanish Succession person, you're representing.
Just mute me again, you bastard.
I didn't mute you. I unmuted you. Did you click it?
Yeah.
So you probably clicked it. Well, I unmuted you, so you muted yourself.
All right. Well, what I'm saying is Lime Rampant. Yeah, fair place.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Hail Caesar. Midgard, and then joint third for Lion Rampant and Saga, and then whatever anyone's saying in the chat because I forgot
I'm
to.
I'm surprised about Midgard. I thought that'd be further up there.
But it's only just been released. It's only been out for 3 months, and you know people have been playing it for a while, but it's only been out 3 months, and there's still no supplements, and you know it's a lot of you do have to kind of create your lists. It's not as what's the right word? It's a bit more work involved, which I don't mind. I quite like because I quite like that. No, I think it's quite interesting. I quite like that Saga and Lion Rampant a joint third. That's quite fun.
Oh, I like Lion Rampant to badge.
Huh?
I like that coat of arms. That's pretty cool. Lion
He's
Heart.
had that for ages.
I know. But you forget.
You just haven't been it.
No, it's nice though.
Has DBA ever been missed?
Oh, that one.
I just want to point out here. So Robin, the basic question has already been identified a lot of deviants, so I expect Lion Rampant will be up there. And then the very next comment, Lion Rampant. From Don. So yeah. Right then. Okay. Next one to keep things interesting. Do you varnish your models when printed? I didn't specify which varnish. Now, again, this has just been carried over from every year, and I know there's been some converts. So I'm going to start with someone who always varnishes. Steve, what is your opinion, and what do you think the answer will be?
I think people do varnish. I think that a lot of people varnish the miniatures. I don't. I just don't.
That's interesting. Sorry, Mark says he likes Lion Rampant, but he thinks Midgard has taken over, so maybe it's taken some of the Lion Rampant people with.
Could be
interesting.
Yeah, could be.
John, what do you reckon?
I'm going to say the majority of people will. Yep.
Yep. Do you think it's going to be big? Do you think it's going to be even? It was very even last time. It was 55. Don't.
I think 45. Varnish is going to smash non-varnishing heathens to oblivion. 75.
Sorry, it was the other way. Sorry, it was the other way. 55 did, 45 didn't.
That's right. Should be varnished. 75 in flavour. 25 are wrong.
Ken, what do you think? Because you've changed your tune.
You should varnish metals, but not plastic.
That's not an option. You got to shit or get off the pot. Yes or no?
I said yes.
So if you varnish, I think if you varnish anything, then you would say
yes.
I
said yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. And what do you think the consensus will be? Do you varnish?
I think I think no, because there's a lot more plastic figures about.
Okay. Dom is
Wow.
a prophet.
Yes. You've
Only
some of
3
you
people
come back
abstained.
onto my positive side after the basing Ferrari. Well done.
Oh, nice.
There we go. I mean, I agree.
I don't varnish
Steve has
plastic. Don't see the
61 mates.
point. Please tell me the point of varnishing a plastic miniature.
I actually like the effect it gives. I think
Oh,
it brings together
okay.
detail.
Oh, you
I
like the doll down afterwards.
Yeah, the doll
Yeah.
down afterwards. And I also think it
see.
merges the colours well as well.
Ah, I see. I'm
So
thinking
that's
more
why
along the
I do
line of see. Whenever I think of varnish, I don't think of that effect. I think of the stop it getting damaged.
I mean, I do it because I'm an old school painter that I'm used to painting metal, so you
Do
had
know
to
what? Now
varnish
you
them.
say that now.
But now I
that
do
makes
it for
sense.
everything, and it helps.
Yeah, that's what Robin said. Surely people varnish for a unified finish, nothing to do
Yeah.
with protection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I varnish my varnish. I mean, sometimes. I mean, I gloss varnish sometimes before doing certain washes and certain effects, and then I'll matte varnish certain flags as well because I'll gloss varnish first.
People
And then
do
I'll
that, don't
matte
they?
varnish.
I've heard that a lot of people do that, particularly on metals as a way of protecting them, because matte varnish doesn't always protect metals very well.
I have to agree. A lot of the contrast paints and a lot of washes are glossy. They are.
Yeah,
There is a shine
agreed.
on, and I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
The only time I use any type of varnish is on top of little big man shield transfers. That's it. The only time I crack open.
Would you not use it on other transfers? Do you not use it on the other ones? Because you see a shine on other transfers as well.
But when I use them on World War II ones, I normally put weathering and a wash over the decals, so it sort of brings it down. But with the little big man shield ones, a bit of shine on. But yeah, a quick spruce up with a bit of varnish goes away.
Jay says varnish is pretzel Cheeto fingers protection. Failing that, tape measure words. Andy, you're a man after my own heart. Gloss then matte.
There you go. Yeah, that's the way.
To be fair, these
Sci-Fis
are gloss varnished right now. So yes.
There you go. Archivists know what human finger oil can do to pigments. Varnish your painted plastic figures. They will break. They do break them down. That's true. It takes a while. Oh, David's back. Always double varnish, regardless of the material or figure. I matte varnish plastics in gloss and matte metals. Interesting. I
want to ask David if that is philosophy in life generally. Just varnish everything.
Yeah. Just go. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if in our house, if Hayley could put everything through a laminator, she would. Like just everything. If everything would just be better if it was laminated. Right. Now the next one is a new question, which I added basically for Steve. What is the Wargaming beverage of choice? Beer, tea, coffee, Vimto, or other? I was just curious because I mean we had a few beers, didn't we, Dom? But I wouldn't. If I was like at a show and playing a game, I wouldn't drink a beer. I wouldn't drink beer. I've drunk beer with you at Warfare. But if I was actually playing the games, I probably wouldn't drink. I don't know why. I probably just stick to tea. I put tea. Steve?
Coffee.
Yeah.
For me, it's either Vimto or coffee.
And Dom, was it a brew or was it a beer?
Beer. Come on, what is wrong with you girls? Come on. No, I still love these because it's a social event.
Oh dear.
Tequila Dave in there, bit back on form.
I do like the social bit of gaming, and therefore I quite like having a beer as well. So, but then it does depend if you're driving, doesn't it? Because unfortunately, you can't.
Carl's on the red wine in the sitting there in the tent with the red wine.
The red wine with a bit of port.
Die bravely. Storm Steel, the tears of my opponent. All right, okay. What do you think won though?
I reckon tea or coffee.
Tea.
I'm afraid Vimto might only get 1 or 2 votes, Steve. I'm sorry.
It is tea. It is tea. It is tea.
Yeah, it had to be, really.
Proper choice.
It's
10 people,
though.
10 people went to Vim for Vimto.
Yay! Absolutely fantastic.
It is. I will give you it, Steve. It is the. If I have to choose a juice to have, if someone said to me, "What juice would you like?" It would be Vimto every time.
Everyone, we had more responses for that than we did for like the rule set question.
For God's sake.
Can I make an admission here on the stream right now that I've never tried Vimto? So
You've never tried it?
Well, you will at CrackCon then, sir.
Yeah,
you
you
go.
will.
Not
Really
with cider,
nice.
with some vodka. Some Kirschter.
Oh, Iron Brew. Yeah, that's another.
Iron
good
Brew.
classic. I do love an Iron Brew.
Iron Brew. I had Iron Brew today, actually. Water, red wine, claret, wine,
Claret,
soda,
sir. Well
Irish
done,
Pepsi,
man.
soft drink, Coke, cider. I'm from the West Country. Red wine, Diet Coke. That one of those wines will be Haley.
Can we
Green tea?
Green tea. Well, can we cross-reference the drink of choice with the colonial period people? You know, they're all on the port and red wine.
Yeah.
There was some more standards where you banned.
Just in case you weren't aware, he doesn't mean cocaine. Gin, rum and ginger. Wow. All right.
Do you know another drink that I do like actually from our American cousins over there? Not very often, but when I have one, it's a treat. There's a Mountain Dew. I don't mind a Mountain Dew every now and then. What about you guys?
I think I've only had it over there.
I had it once. It was just so sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it.
It's a nice one-off. I wouldn't drink like 2-3 bottles of it. Holy Christ, no. Of it, just like a one-off, or if you're going to mix it with something like as a mixer, I think it'd be quite nice, especially if you're into your fruity cocktails.
Ken, I'm not gonna. I don't want to be harsh on you, but your taste in drinks is notoriously shit.
It is pretty.
I mean,
bad.
To be fair, I was drinking sensible drinks last time. I was drinking Bacardi and Coke last time.
That's true. That's almost sensible.
David, she hasn't laminated the children. She did talk once about laminating our cat because of the hair. Wargaming is better with so tequila. Robin driving to Martin's probably won't crack a beer on the way at 10 a.m. Vimto only in the case of running out your own piss to drink.
Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. The cider in the States, it's different to cider here, isn't it?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe cider's a non-alcoholic drink over there.
Because it's apple juice.
No, I don't even think it's apple juice. I think it's something completely different. Our American friends, what is cider in the States? Because over here it's an alcoholic drink. It's but I'm pretty sure it's not alcoholic because kids drink it.
Kids drink it here.
Yeah, I know, but they're not meant to drink it.
Yeah. 3 liters of
White
lightning. White lightning followed by a fight.
Vimto is an anagram for vomit. No.
It is though. It is an anagram of vomit. That's amazing. They ruined Mountain Dew. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Ben Larry, we have both. Usually apple juice that can be served hot or have added booze.
There you go.
Ken, beer is a non-alcoholic drink in the US. Ken, you don't get an opinion. But kids drink cider here. And then I was going to 24. Right, okay, let's get back to the wargaming questions. This next one, preferred Pike and Shot era rule set. So for this one, I put down obviously Pike and Shot, the Warlord one. For King and Parliament, Furioso, Pikeman's Lament, The Country is Ours, By Fire and Sword, Donnybrook, Beneath the Lily Banners, and then obviously the option for others. Ken, what do you think would be for this?
In fairness, I don't really play this rule set, but I put Pike and Shot because if I was going to play it, it would be that rule set.
Yeah. Steve.
Pike and Shot.
Okay. Dom.
Yeah, I think Pike and Shot's going to be the winner, but I think, and by quite a long way, I think. But I wonder whether what's the King and Country
for
one?
King and Parliament? For King and Parliament.
I wonder if that might
yeah, that's the to the strongest.
So the strongest, isn't it? Yeah, basically.
It's.
So
I think
wonder if
that one people enjoy because I think they feel it gives a very historically realistic approach to the way that warfare works with the pipe blocks and the way obviously it's on a grid. And right, let's have a look. Pike and shot with 41, followed by fire and sword.
Wow.
That's just obviously had its second edition on Kickstarter, and that is that surprised me. Pikeman's Lament and Nen for King and Parliament. That came in fourth.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Then Beneath the Lily Banners, by Fire and Sword. I only put that on there because I picked up the rule books the other day and I remembered it.
I'm very intrigued by that. I mean, I got that. I've got the box set, and I haven't even read the rules, but I must get them out. Wow.
Yeah. No, Andy said it was tricky. What did you go for, Andy? Which one did you go for? This is your period. What did you go for? And the by Fire and Sword art book, everything, the artwork, everything's wonderful. I mean, it did have a big following. Maybe people have been sitting there waiting for that new edition to come out. I was. Yeah. The first edition I played quite a lot for quite a few years, and then I didn't stop playing because I didn't enjoy it. I just stopped playing because I found other games and I was just collecting those. And then I intend on getting. I mean, I've already got my army, so I intend on playing some of the new editions, seeing what it's like. That surprised me.
You intrigued me with that, explaining how it worked with that whole business about the setup, pre-game setup, and everything else. So
that's still all there as well.
Is it? So
yeah.
Well, that's why I went and got the whatever is the late Kickstarter thing for it.
Yeah.
I haven't actually read it, which is terrible, but I must look.
Pike and shot. Is what for instance General Haig put on, but he also but for King and Parliament is great too. I believe this is the lowest responded one. This was 242 responses. Right. Let's see what some of the other stuff was. Warhammer ECW, don't do Pike and shot. None, not interested. Nil, never played. Not a period I play. Don't play. None. Shot, Steel and Stone by Henry Hyde, Kings of War historical.
Oh, wow.
None, not decided. Impetus Baroque, I forgot.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Not played this era. Forlorn Hope, Ruckus. Not played Pike and Shot. Have to draw the line somewhere. Don't mind, as I like watching and painting. Battle Command, Pike and Shot, Forlorn Hope, Regiment of Foot. Not played Baroque. Homebrew, Renato et Gloriam. Yep, that's the Meg version of it.
Yeah.
Why is there options suggest a rule set here and there wasn't for the Dark Ages medieval game? All right, calm down.
All right. He's up there. Your own bloody survey.
Why would you write that and then not write what your option was? So rather than click one and pick me, anyway, impetus.
Calm down, Martin. Come on, Martin. Calm down.
Before you hurt yourself. Regiment of I don't actually play any of these, so I can't give a good answer. I have Pike and Shot Warlord miniatures just through acquisition osmosis, so you can count this for a vote for that if you like. Don't play Pike and Shot. This is a pure Horus Heresy.
What?
I mean,
none of the above. Don't play
I know you can easily confuse the Horus Heresy with Pike and Shot, but yeah, they are very similar.
Would you no riffraff? Would you say that this is out of? Well, no, because this was more popular than Ancients. So how's that going to work out?
I don't. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Out of all three, what you would class major is probably the least played, or least excited about. At the moment, we should say.
All right. Well, let's get on to the next one because we've got 15 minutes to go. We are getting through it. So, Ancients rule sets. Ken, what do you think won out on Ancients?
Ooh.
The options I put on here were Hail Caesar, Art de la Guerre, To the Strongest, Meg, Clash of Spears, Impetus Saga, Infamy, and then I forgot to put the other column.
See, I think Saga To the Strongest will have a good following, but I think Hail Caesar will win it again.
What do you think, Steve?
Yeah.
Well, left off the SPQR. Good shout. Yeah. I forgot about SPQR.
Hail Caesar or SPQR?
No, SPQR.
Obviously. And what do you reckon,
It's going to be Hail Caesar by a mile, but I think I do think Saga and I forgot what the other one was now, but we'll come fairly close second.
Well, let's have a look because I know the answer. So let's have a look. Hail Caesar dominated.
Yeah, I was right about two the strongest though. I do think that'd be second.
Yeah. To the strongest again. I think people think that it does ancient warfare really well. Yeah,
it's got quite a cult following as well. People really like it.
Well, every time I've seen it, every time I've seen his setups are amazing. I mean, nothing else even came close.
No, that was always going to be dominated by that. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, right. We're going to keep
there, but there you go.
Is that because the Saga Ancient? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's the flavor. I still think that the Saga Ancient.
Maybe it's because it's more Dark Age. You could be right.
Yeah. Maybe it's to do with what? Because for example, with Midgard, I would find, and we've talked about this before, but the way that Midgard's based on heroic combat, there's certain wars or certain periods that in my brain, I'm just like, that doesn't speak to me for that. Like I would find it quite hard to play Midgard for Wars of the Roses, even though I know people are doing it and it looks great. In my head, he doesn't have a juiced up hero other than Edward IV because he was a juiced up hero at the front of an army. Whereas to me, for Troy or for Arthur or something, it does kind of do that. I
agree with you.
Maybe people think the same thing about Saga. Next one was favorite type of YouTube hobby content. So, guys, for this one, which is not because I'm trying to find out for our sake, what we could.
True.
All said DBM, so what we went for here: battle reports, project logs, painting videos, miniature reviews, terrain crafting, live streams, rules flip throughs, interviews, or other. Dom, what do you think is going to be the most popular? Because I think this,
I think updates. I think project
logs.
I think those are the ones that generally I think people like the most.
Ban the unboxing videos.
Oh, they love an unboxing video always.
Steve.
With Dom, project update, project logs, things like that.
And Ken.
Exactly the same project logs. That's what I voted for as well. So
okay. Andy said battle reports, then interviews. Lionheart battle reports followed by project updates.
But the battle reports can only be if it's battle or a period you're interested in, isn't it? So I guess that's why. Whereas you can be interested in everybody's updates.
Yeah, I don't know, but then I've had people on my battle reports who watch them have no intention of playing them, and they just like watching the game.
I've watched battle reports of period things I would never play.
Review and Storm Steel reviews always do really well because of course you got to capture people interested in it. Let's have a look. Nope, battle reports by quite a stretch.
Really?
Wow. Then project logs.
Crikey.
Followed by painting videos. That surprises me a little bit. Live streams after that. Terrain crafting and miniature reviews. Terrain crafting was one I did. I kind of forgot about, and then it was brought up last time. We didn't put it on there, but they're always good. And then let's see what some of the others. Everyone responded to that one as well. No one abstained. So. How to play.
I'm surprised battle reports were that dominant on that. I guess
people just like watching a game, don't you? If there's someone is at a club and they're having a good game, sometimes you just enjoy watching it, even if you've got no idea what's going on. How to play hobby updates. Question 16. My answer is sword point, which wasn't listed. For question 17, I like everything. PCP. Thank you, sir. All of the above. I enjoy all of them. It's great to see the breadth of the hobby, unboxing, and what people get after a show. All of the above.
Yeah, that's true. Show unboxings or show reports often get a lot of attention. I think that's a good shout.
I don't know how to describe it as one of those choices, but Martin's Kingmaker project was basically my ideal format with a combination of kit bashing, painting. That'd be a project log. That was a project log. So, but all those, I do enjoy a good project log. When people do battle reports, if professionally done, no offense.
Well, that's
this is one of the things. Well, no, but I don't really like it. But they drive me nuts sometimes. The professional ones,
because
they just there's no cock-ups. And I like the they're not funny. Yeah. It's funny. Maybe that's just personal taste. Okay, that's a cool one. Where are we for the next one? We did that. Right. So what question number was that? I lost my place. That was question 17. So 18. All right. This is the big one. What is the preferred black powder era rules? So your 18th and 19th century rule set. Steve, what is your preferred black powder period rules? Is it black powder? So the options I gave were black powder, Pickett's Charge, Ultra of Freedom, General d'Armée, Sharp Practice, LaSalle, Blucher, Longstreet, Rebels and Patriots with Hot Lead and Cold Steel, Chosen Men, Muskets and Tomahawks, Soldiers of Napoleon, and then Other. I gave a big breadth for this one, to be fair. So what do you think, Steve?
Well,
what's yours? What's yours?
I don't really have one because I don't really play that period.
Turnips. Technically, it's black powder.
Like I said, I bartered
turnips and pitchforks.
Yeah, I bartered my copy of black powder for a hill. I'm going to say black powder, though. I think it's quite obvious.
Robin, no naval. No, but there's another column, so those people who are wrong can write in it. Dom?
It's going to be black powder for sure. I'm more interested by what's second. But okay. I think I
went General d'Armée for my favourite.
Yeah, General d'Armée is going to be pretty high, but it won't be anywhere close to black powder.
Shame. It's a bloody great rule set. I think it's I prefer it to
right.
Black powder.
Let's have a look. Prefer black powder.
Yeah, look at that.
And then some close ones. So black powder was 34%. Then Sharp Practice was 16%. General d'Armée was 9%.
Interesting.
16% said Soldiers of Napoleon, and 16% said Sharp Practice. So joint second.
Wow. I'm really intrigued. I'm amazed that both of those are as high.
I wonder if the drop off from. I mean, I love Soldiers of Napoleon. I've only played like 3 games, but I absolutely love it. I wonder if the drop off from black powder, because that's quite a drop from last time. That's a big drop, actually. That's up about 70%, about 70. Really? But that was obviously, we've had twice as many people voting, but also I wonder if Soldiers of Napoleon is probably taking quite a few people away from black powder. Maybe they just prefer that going. General d'Armée isn't as high as I thought it would be.
I'm surprised that it's low. Yeah,
I'm surprised that Sharp Practice. I don't know. I'm surprised that's higher than. I'm surprised that Soldiers of Napoleon is, because that's quite new in comparison to Sharp Practice, General d'Armée, and black powder. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm ignoring these other ones. Chosen Men got 4. Muskets and Tomahawks. I really enjoy Muskets and Tomahawks. It just needs. I just need to play it more. I put Ultra. I've never played Ultra Freedom, but I know it's popular. And same with Pickett's Charge. Let's see what the
Pickett's Charge is a good rule set like that.
Yeah. General Brigade. I know it'll be that. I also know what it should be. Black Powder 2. If you swap shooting and command around. Those are some different rules, some different scales. Yes. So which one do you prefer? The world turned upside down. Valor and I forgot about Valor and Fortitude, but then that might be down below in the upper column. I'll have a look. Sharp Practice every time. Turnip version of General d'Armée. Grand Manor. Many Would-Be Kings. Valor and Fortitude. Miniature says, hi guys, finally I can catch up with the live stream, and I have to say I love what you do and inspire me to start historical projects and wargaming. Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you for dropping in. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much for taking the time to comment. Definite Dark Continent. I've heard good things about that. Let's see what some of the other options were.
Yeah.
Men Who Would Be Kings. Don't play. Shaco. Is there actually a rule set called Shaco, or is it Shaco?
There is. Yeah.
Is there one called Shaco? I didn't know.
There is.
Yeah. Maurice, General de Brigade. Shot, Steel and Stone by Henry Hyde. The Men Who Would Be Kings. General de Brigade. Pick a battle, homebrew, don't know, Land of the Free, don't play, Civil War battles, Valor and Fortitude, Fire and Fury, Valor and Fortitude, Valor and Fortitude. So there's a few Valor and Fortitude in there. Warhammer Fantasy.
Interesting.
That's a well, I'm surprised by that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy because I like Soldiers of Napoleon. I'm pleased to see that it's got a bit of a boost. That's quite cool. As again, just shows that, and I'm quite pleased as well that Black Powder hasn't is sort of people are willing to try other things. I like Black Powder. I enjoy Black Powder a lot. If I'm playing like you want a game you can pick up and play and know it, then it's always fun to play. But yeah, could see people trying other things.
It's been really interesting this time round that I mean, we always know there's, and we talk about it a lot, the variety there are of all different periods, rule systems. But the fact that you may have the big gorilla in the market, the bolt action, the Black Powder, but there's plenty of others that are really well supported and enjoyed. So
it's great, awesome. It's good. Well, it's reflected at CrackCon as well. Isn't
it is absolutely
100%.
So my next question came off the back of the last game I played against Robin. Tape measures or rulers? Now, how do you feel about this? Because tape measures, you can get that person that measures out their 48-inch range and then whips it back across the table, taking trees and everything with it. But then there's rulers. Whether or not that's a game.
So that's measuring sticks as well as rulers.
Measuring sticks. So measuring sticks, or like Saga and things like that. I mean, obviously you could always just use them, but I have noticed more and more people using them. What's your take? What do you think, Dom? Are you a?
Well, it's funny when I measure by the stars. Is my way of doing it. Now, when I read that, first of all, I had visions of old school wooden rulers being used on the table. I can't remember that. But I think measuring sticks are quite popular. But I still think old school measure tapes are going to be way.
Yeah. But what do you prefer?
Oh, I prefer. I think I still prefer measuring tapes. Yeah,
Robin, I don't care as long as it isn't in centimeters.
I think I still prefer
measuring. I voted for tape measures, but I would now change my mind to a ruler. Just because it's less. Well, I think I'll go with a ruler. I just think it's neater. That's the word I want to use.
Steve?
Most games tape measures, but it hasn't been brought up. You're a space weirdos.
Drink.
You have to do it.
It's all based on measuring sticks. There's no tape measures. You actually use sticks because they determine.
I think they're quicker as well.
Yeah.
Well, because you have a stick. Yeah.
Well, they are, except if they're all multiple scale ones, you've always got the wrong bloody one at your end of the table, or you put it under a pile of books or something. Whereas a tape measure, it's one, isn't it? When we used to use measuring sticks for things, I can't remember what periods we used to use them. I could never bloody find the right one. It's insane.
I mean, of course, Simon Miller just did away with them altogether and used a grid.
Yeah.
I can't get on with that. No, I can't get on with grids. I
can't get on the grids. No.
But have you played it though, Ken? Have you tried to?
I have played grid games. Yeah, I have played grid games. Not to the strongest, but
you should give it a go. You should give it. A really good game.
It's too gamey. I know it sounds silly, but it's gamey. It's too board gamey for me.
I don't think I haven't said this for a long time, but I agree with you, Ken.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, he said that, didn't he, when he came on? He said we've had him on quite a lot. He said he was just so surprised that he did it, and then after that, he said everyone kind of says that, then they give it a go, or to the strongest, specifically to the strongest to go, and then with that system in mind for those battles, they sort of.
I know it's rational, but I don't like like that. I don't like grids, and I don't like apart from sharp practice, I don't like cards.
Spoils the table for me.
Yeah. What about Muskets and Tomahawks? That's cards.
Yeah, but I don't play that very often. So,
Storm still said, I feel wargaming should move away from using tape measures as they really are incoherent, but I'm not sure what would replace them. Grid systems, no more arguing over millimeters measured in inches.
No. Holy shit, someone wants with me.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what the we're going to be going into overtime, guys, for this definitely. Tape measures, but 48 people for the ruler. 48. That's more than I thought it would be.
There's quite a lot of Saga people. There's a lot of people who play those sort
Yeah.
of systems that do use them, measuring sticks of some variety. So I'm not surprised. But,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, my foot pulled my forearm.
Martin, you say that. Well, back when I played X-Wing, I remember reading a couple of articles about people who had measured their sort of between their thumb and their forefinger, so they could lean their hand on the table and go, yeah. When in fact they were measuring because they knew how long a certain measuring stick was against their. Or it's unscrupulous.
I wouldn't be surprised if that guy who brought his orcs to the battle just in bags, just threw them, and wherever they landed, that's where they ended up in the game. That was their movement. Right, let's keep this going. So the next question was, how long have people been watching the PCP? So I gave him basically said, I've been here since the days of Discord and OBS, 2 years, 3 months, less than 6 months the first time. So I wanted to see how sort of like what the spread was, if you like. So I'm not going to ask what people's opinions are. Let's just have a look. 3 years has been what happened 3 years ago? We moved to StreamYard.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did.
It got slightly more professional.
34 people said they've been here since the days of Discord and OBS. Did we have 34 people watching in those days? I call bullshit.
Yeah, there were a few madmen, if you remember, who said they'd watched back to the beginning. So if you count the replays,
there was also people, those people, and thank you very much, who logged in to every one of our channels simultaneously.
Yes,
on multiple tabs. God bless you.
Dedication.
So 3 years, less than 6 months. Let's have a little look at the.
I'm intrigued by that one. That's
someone said 3 years ago is when Ken left.
I didn't leave 3 years ago.
About a year ago, since during COVID, 1 year, 12 months.
He's now in time out.
Yeah.
He's gone in time out.
Who?
Ben. I'm only joking.
No. Too long. 5 years on and off. One since the very beginning.
Crikey!
Excellent stuff.
How long has this been going on now? Then
5 years. 5 years.
5 years.
This is the 6th year. Yeah. Let's keep it going because we've only got 2 questions
Well,
left.
it's probably longer. This is 5 years on this, but does that count the years that Ken and I did? Nobody listened.
I think I joined.
Was it honestly that long ago? Honestly,
Yeah,
that long
I
ago?
COVID, mate. If you remember,
It was 5 years. You guys did 6 episodes before Steve went on, and then I was on your 8.
That's right.
Fucking hell.
That must have been. I'm thinking July, August 2020.
Yeah, I think it was about a month into lockdown, month or 2 into lockdown.
It was somewhere around that time.
Mm.
Yeah. Bloody
I remember sitting outside with Haley having a drink in the back garden because it was hot, and then listening to Dom berate my command stand because it's a skewered British guy on it. Mark said he started watching 4 years ago, but clicked back to the very first and early ones, which was the first 10 minutes of everyone going, "Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear it?
Can you hear me?
Right, 2 questions left. Let's do this. Where do you watch your PCP? So the options we gave people. Let's just scroll down and have a look. 46% said on my phone while doing some hobbying. I think that was always going to be. 15% said on the TV for the whole family to see. You are the heroes we need.
Yay!
7 people watch us on the bog.
Nice.
18 people watch us at work.
Good people. Well done.
That's some great productivity going on there.
I don't think those are firefighters or anything, Steve. I think these are going to be, that would be interesting. 5 people in the library, you heathens.
Really? Jeez.
9 people while cooking. That could be dangerous. And then 62 people have filled in other on the iPad, on the computer while painting and smoking a pipe. Laptop while hobbying, computer while hobbying. Catch up later in the week. I'm in Perth. Hi, Warren. Is that Warren? I don't know. PC at my paint desk, on my PC while painting table opposite. Okay, I listen to the podcast more than I watch it. And remember, you can listen and download it. Home PC, laptop, tablet, iMac, PC, watching live Tuesday morning while feeding Bub breakfast. That's my day off. I listen on Spotify.
Hey.
There he is. That's them.
There's
That's
on.
them.
Hey, oh, do you know what? We should say it. Thank you for listening on to Spotify. So, like people listening on the catch up, we appreciate
we go.
you.
Brilliant. That's something else now we can forget.
Yeah.
Workroom too. All right. That's awesome. So hobbying,
Steady.
I love that.
hobbying,
Brilliant.
driving to work.
Like, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Right. And the last question, this is something which is actually just something we were curious about. Who would you like to see join us on the PCP for a chat?
Oh yeah.
Even people who've already had on. And I gave you the option because this has come up of looking at our viewing numbers, things that sometimes people just prefer it when it's the four of us ripping the piss out of each other, basically. What do we think it's going to be? Do you think people prefer it when it's just us, or do you think there's going to be?
I think so. I'm going to say it's just the four of us.
I think it's us, just us.
Yeah.
It's all about us after all.
So 43% prefer it when it's us, but the other ones. So Henry Cavill, John Stallard, Priestley, someone from Victrix. We've tried. We'd love to have.
We
someone
have
from
tried
Victrix.
all of those.
Priestley, Barry Hilton.
Email
that's
Victrix.
in the works. That's the work. Barry Hilton. Ken. Do you mean Ken as in our Ken or Ken as in Yardship?
Ken Riley, yeah.
Peachy, Jordan Sorcery, Tabletop CP. He's been on.
He's been on.
Came on last year. I fully trust you to include on occasion anyone you feel is suitable. Why, thank you.
Well,
Me.
Very...
Alex can come back.
Yes,
Martin Gibbons, Sam Mustafa, Rich Clark. Question mark. Excellent. Richard Clark, Nick Skinner, and Sydney Roundwood. A complete newbie to discuss stigma. Isn't that just going to scare them off? That's a good chat. Small miniature manufacturers like Claymore, Empress, and Antediluvian. That's Haley for sure. Chesney Hawks. That's definitely Haley. Either way, always enjoyable. Simon Hall, the guy from Meg. People from the group. Yeah, we did do that.
We did
quite a bit.
Yeah, we did that.
Manufacturers and rules rights. Mike Peters. Well, we like to have him Mike on. We'll have to get him back when he gets his new expansion out. It's fun when you have other wargaming YouTubers on the show and members of the PCP Facebook community. Priestley, Daniel Mercy, or for a line rampant, ideally with Martin hosting. I'm happy to have a chat. I'd love to have a chat. Any chance of tracking down the bloke with his orcs in sandwich bags? I could. You know what? I know the person that runs that club. I could ask. Dave Brown, Ridley Scott. It would be good if you had pooing. Oh, pop in. I'm going to assume that is. We don't want guests pooing. We have pooing guests for small retailer and miniature makers. They can talk about their business. It helps support small business. Yeah, good shout.
Yep.
Sydney Roundwood. It's
been a while since I was on like offensive miniatures on or something like that.
Yeah. Rich from Two Fat Lardies. Well, watch this space.
Watch this
More
space
guests. Alessio would be ace if we could get Alessio.
Yeah.
Little Wars. That nearly happened.
It's
hard to get. Yeah. It's just hard to get a time because of the.
Actually, this time of year is a good time of year when their clocks have changed.
Yeah.
But
Perry's, Lardy, maybe Perry's.
Another
Yorkshire takeover. No, the chap who owns boards and swords. Ian, Big Lee, Alex from Stormsdale is always good value. You're good value, Alex.
Yes.
The Ken chap who likes French ultramarines. Lard, Stallard, Jeremy Corbyn. I don't think Corbyn's a wargamer. I'm going to assume. Alec Roberts. Yeah, we keep doing what you're doing. Peachy, Duncan Rhodes, or Ben Lewis. Yeah. Lardy Rich, Barry Hilton. Barry Hilton would be great to get on because obviously there's a new version of Lily Banners coming out this year. And that would be great to sort of get to hear about that. The Perrys, Ian from Flags, or Ian's been on quite a lot. We love it when Ian comes on. I did wonder if, where someone wrote Iron Brew, I didn't want to stereotype anyone, but I was wondering if that was Ian. Priestley and Alessio, the Blessed Perrys. Me only joking, Priestley. My favourite three, Alex from Storm of Steel, Ken from Yorkshire Gamer, and Fraser. So that's none of
PK.
which is my is that your favourite three apart from us? Or is that just easy your favourite?
No, just
rules authors. Perry's Jerry. Oh, Jerry was cool when we
had
Jerry
was
he was good. Yeah.
If we could get Lindy Beige on, that would be amazing. I don't think Lindy Beige is going to come on. Al Murray would be ace as well.
Yeah.
Mel, any guest is fun. Alessio. I hope someone's writing these down because the Krause collection, Richard means Dave from MS Paints, Haven't seen the Perrys for a while. Guessing that's Miller's fault. Maybe it is. Max Fitzgerald, the history chap again. Yeah. Michael Lovejoy. Yeah, he was great actually. Priestley, Hobday. I'm doing everyone by their surnames now. Little Wars, Goobertown, Ash, Barker, Peachy, Bonehead.
A lot of painters.
Yeah,
Alessio, Nick Skinner, Paul Eagleston, Ken Riley, the Perrys again. Gripping Beast, Daniel Harding. Don't mind, like the range of guesses, it shows me something about the hobby I wouldn't look into myself. Excellent. Miniature and game designers, Andy Hobday, Peachy, Paul Hicks. Oh, we do like it when Paul comes on. A rolling guest spot. Like seeing the viewers on. Guests are nice sometimes. Martin Goddard from Peter Pig. I'd like to see Ginger Ken as a guest more often. Warwick Kinraid, yeah. Not sure, but I like your format. Thank you. Pleading the fifth. Leave it up to you. Annie, Restless Kaiser, keep it varied. Writers of Frostgrave, Mike Peters, more Ruckus, Warwick, Henry Hine, the Perrys, Sonic Sledgehammer, the Perrys, Warwick, Duncan, Stumac, Alex. I think they really want Alex back. Henry Cavill. If anyone can get him on, it's you lot. I want to see Dom grill him and why he collects weird shit. Midwinter minis. Yep. Dom's got a hotline.
Oh yeah, I've got a hotline to him.
Andy Hobday. Well, you want to say thank you. Isn't that your most viewed video?
It was by far my most viewed video. That one.
Barry Hill. I think we might have to. We might have to see if we can get Barry on. There's been a lot of requests for that. Game designers, mini sculptors, and everyone else. There we go. That is the end.
Can I just say with the guests, if we got Max Fitzgerald on, having him talk to Dom about Tournament 28 it'd be my episode of the decade.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. No,
I've got Henry Cavill one week, and then I've got him the next, and then who else have I got? That's going to be an exciting month. Fantastic.
I wonder if I'm right. Midwinter minis. That's and Andy Hobday. Hang on, sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can cut. I'm going to try and do something clever here. I'm going to cut and paste all of this into a Word document. Because these things, right, there we go. I think we've run out of time. We can't go through the pictures. That's been way too much. But anyway, thank you very much. That was a lot of fun. We haven't done our Crackpot Awards, which we will do later in the year, probably in the summer, where we actually give out. We'll let people vote on what their favorite things are. I think that's have to be it because I don't know about you guys, but I'm quite tired.
I'm knackered. I'm very, very tired.
Yes.
You got what?
I've got babies to go and feed.
Next week we're with Steve.
We are.
What are we chatting about, Steve?
Has your wargaming changed? Are you still doing the same things that you did on your very first day of the hobby? Has your gaming period changed? How has it evolved or changed for you? And this is basically down to me and my preference now for really small skirmish war games. And that's the biggest change I've noticed in my hobby and over the years is the size of the games is decreasing. But it'd be interesting to see what others think. Are you doing things very differently now than you did years ago? Are you very much stuck in the mud? Are you haven't changed in 45 years, etc., etc.?
I'm looking forward to that. Excellent. Well, on that note, thank you very much for joining us. It has been enlightening, I have to say so. Remember to base your vehicles, varnish them, use a ruler, and then put it in a plastic bag.
And drink Vimto.
Drink Vimto.
Drink lots of Vimto.
See you all next week. Bye-bye.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.